Word.
eatradio.com.
Every time the beat drop.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome to Save and Continue. It is Thursday. It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are in the lovely InRavio Studio TV Network in lovely Long Island. I'm joined by Nolan and Frankie, as always. How art thou this week?
Pretty good.
Hello.
Pretty good.
A little sick.
Little sick?
Just letting it roll.
Good for you. We're back with everything. We're back with everything you love: video games, technology, the internet, all that fun stuff, all that good jazz. And we got lots to talk about tonight. Lots has happened, and lots has been going on. First, quick update. Anybody playing anything? I think we should start every show with that now. Does anyone play anything new besides Minecraft?
Man,
Nothing?
You might as well just stop asking.
Nothing new? I should, I guess, until someone tells me
It's
they're
not
actually
like
actively
Minecraft, Madden, FIFA.
playing anymore. Okay, well, okay. Glad to see everyone's staying up to date with everything we do.
I've been watching TV.
Oh, yeah, so what have you been watching then? You might as well get a little off topic in the beginning. Why not?
Caught the
Parks and
end of,
Rec?
Parks and Rec. That was well needed. It was awesome.
I know it's not like a part of anything we have to do with the show, but God, it's just so good. Like
Season finale?
Series finale.
Yeah.
The show is over, and everyone's saying it's the last
season.
great NBC comedy since Community hopped ship to, or was banished to the internet, which I'm very excited for. That's March 10th. Oh, no, March 16th.
It's that soon.
Yes. Yes, they got.
Wow.
I think a trailer came out recently. If soon, it will be actually promoting it.
What
Birthday
season
present
is it
for
going to
me.
be for them?
This is going to be their sixth season. Six seasons in a movie. That's
we
what
got
they're
a lot of
always
late
saying.
nights.
But at this point, they're saying now, even Dan Harmon's like, he's writing it as if they're going to do it for 20 seasons. I really hope it doesn't end up like that, but it's cool to see that he's got that much confidence in it.
20
'Cause I
season
do.
is when it becomes known as like
South
bad,
Park?
or because Chevy Chase is in the movie. That would
Not
be
anymore.
like
Oh.
Ooh.
Oops. Well, I mean,
You're
you're watching a very
spoilers,
old show.
No, I know.
It's again. Plus, if you haven't heard the news reports of like that whole controversy that happened with that, like again, that just took up everything. So I don't really feel bad about it.
Did you guys finish season 1 that night?
Have we? No, I don't think we have. No, we
maybe
took a
just
break.
like the finale.
No one hasn't
so-
watched the show. Me and Frankie are
God, I love
community
Community.
veterans. Like we've seen. I've
If
seen
you haven't
personally-
seen Community, especially if you're
You know
even
that-
a video game fan, oh man, it's great. It really, no, because Abed and everything that he goes through, it's
No, I was going to say,
awesome.
this actually does play into a lot about what we talk about on this show. It's one of those shows that had terrible... It was very much... It reminded me of Arrested Development in the sense that it just had a great show, terrible marketing. Like, they got their times changed, like their show date times changed on a regular basis, didn't update the public enough, and just nobody knew what it was about, when it was airing, and it was just one of those quality shows, just like Arrested Development, that just didn't get the attention it
under the
deserved.
radar.
Everyone in the UK is just discovering Community now. Like, people are blowing up about Community because it's on Netflix in the UK. And do we have one season on Netflix in the US? I don't think we do.
No.
No, but it's on the UK. Weird that they would get that and that we wouldn't. But that's coming out on the internet's portal. That's what they call it now, internet portals, which I think is kind of weird. But every website quotes them as that.
Welcome to the future.
Yahoo Screen, which is like, Amazon Instant
Yeah,
Play or
Amazon
Netflix or Hulu or any of that fun stuff. But
Jumping on the bandwagon.
jumping on the... Well, I mean, cable's dead. Or cable is dying. Everyone's like jumping ship for a reason.
True that.
True that. But, I mean, that kind of parlays into this next thing. But the FCC approved net neutrality rules yesterday, I think, which reclassifies broadband as a utility, which officially takes control of websites and internet throttling or anything like that out of the hands of corporations, which is good.
For now.
Yes, that's...
Into the hands of the government.
Into the hands of the government. It's one of those things that we said before we started shooting. It's one of those things where people are so adamant to get it out of the hands of one group that they'll just give it to anybody else just to satisfy that. They don't care who else gets it as long as like this current agenda is satisfied. But again, like you just said, who knows what the government's going to do with it? But I mean, you can't really give control to the federal government that much.
Well,
anymore,
it's just
but-
until somebody wants to create some kind of loophole, and then we have to fight for it again.
Yes.
'Cause, I mean, this has happened how many times now over the past few years? It seems like, though, this particular
Kind of a new
win...
issue.
I mean, it's been PIPA, SOPA.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
been like
happened one too
20
many
different
times.
things. Well, that's them trying to destroy net neutrality. This is the first time we've actually got a confirmed net neutrality.
It's the strongest confirmation that we've had.
Yes, exactly.
So far.
So it's a plus. It's a win at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Good
but
job,
we
everybody.
knew that was going to happen. We knew
Yes,
that was
I
going to
mean,
happen.
that's-
There's no way in hell that would have actually gone over.
There's too much attention. Too many people care. I mean, like, again, I don't want to have that hive mind culture, but I thought it was really interesting that earlier President Obama took a picture where he signed a handwritten letter, like, thanking the people of Reddit because they had such a large part in the activism for net neutrality. And I agree, because I'm on Reddit more and more now, and more I discover the hive mind, how dangerous it can be.
Yeah.
But I just thought that the act of that, like,
When you say hive mind, what do you mean by that?
I mean, when you spend enough time in Reddit, you develop a hive mind, a group think, where everyone just thinks the same way, and like you break Reddit. Like that's like a meta joke they have within Reddit. Is like people who've been in Reddit long, you'll see them posting jokes about here comes the Reddit hive mind, or here comes the Reddit group think. Like the common laws are just like,
So it's like a
religion
cult?
is not a cult, but it's like you're on a website where everyone's opinions will
It's basically
genuinely.
a group-run website.
See, the
It's
thing that
open
I-
to anyone who-
I mean, there are other
Right, but the
independents
thing-
within the website.
I was gonna
but-
say, like, if Reddit really, because I don't,
No,
I don't go on Reddit that much. I've gone on it more the past year than I have, any time before that. But the more opinions, the better. In my, if there's,
Well, that's
if
fun,
everybody is thinking all at once, then it just becomes a little weird.
No, that's the beauty
Reddit
of Reddit.
just
is,
loves things to death. It's a little too constricting
what
sometimes.
happens.
What?
Reddit just loves things to death. It's a
Yeah,
little too
they get stuck
constricting
in their ways sometimes. Like, if you're a religious person, you might not want to go to Reddit. Like, there's just certain, like, common...
Yeah.
Of course, there's
It's just
individuals.
the people that are the loudest and most immature that usually create most of the ruckus.
Yeah, but
Those are the
everybody jumps
trolls.
on the bandwagon so they don't get downvoted to hell.
But there's two kinds
that's
of
the
people
whole
that go
culture,
on
though.
Reddit.
It's
There's
just-
people that go on Reddit because it's an informative, entertaining, great website, and there's those that just care about that fake karma system, which,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was a slave to it for a short time. Like, it was fun. It's fun.
I like
when
Reddit,
you don't
but
take
that's
it
just
seriously.
you might as well play Neopets if you're going to take
No,
that seriously.
absolutely valuable argument. Like, that's a total valid argument and
Neopets.
valuable.
Wow,
Neopets.
Neopets. Why did it?
Again,
Neopets?
I was a slave to
used play
Neopets as well.
Neopets
I
when was a
love
kid.
Neopets. You got like the
my
little the flip thing where you had like their own little world and you could put them in different spots.
I have
and
no
you had
idea what
your,
you're
like-
talking about that.
Isn't
but
that Tamagotchi?
No,
No, that's Neopets.
You don't know what Neopets is?
No, I know Neopets,
That's
but
like
I
the
thought like
Tamagotchi.
that
Alright.
like little orb thing that you flipped open. I thought that was Tamagotchi.
Well, they all have
No,
something.
Tamagotchis weren't. You didn't flip
Tamagotchis
anything
were
open.
the
Tamagotchi
colours.
was a little thing that was
Tamagotchi,
just a
oh my
screen.
God.
Yeah, but the Neopets.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
an egg.
Yeah. Neopets, though, I remember I was so into that. And I was actually, because I used to write a lot as a kid. I used to write stories.
You wrote Neopet fan fiction?
No. Yo,
You're
actually,
thinking about it.
now that you mention it that way,
It's
I
something-
might have.
There's
Wow!
nothing-
Oh my God! I think I did.
This is an intervention.
You have to completely redefine your life now.
Well, no.
We're getting into some deep stuff in my psyche right
Fan
now.
fiction.
I literally wrote stories about my Neopets,
That's
but where
fan
they
fiction.
came
Yeah.
from.
Origin stories? You wrote Neopet?
I did. Because it said to do that, and I was like, I'm gonna have fun with this. But I was a kid. Whatever.
No, there's nothing
But-
wrong with fan fiction.
there's nothing
gets,
wrong at all.
fan fiction everyone gets a bad taste in their mouth from the word fan fiction.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
'Cause
for
it's
some
usually
reason,
it's usually
It's a
attributed
trigger.
to something.
Yeah.
it's
erotic.
such a trigger word.
or something just messed up, or just like some weird
Yeah.
weird sexual things.
Hey.
Oh, what's happening, bud?
Like there was a
Mario.
fiction about us or something. Like
Yeah, exactly. Well,
A lot of fan fiction is also just like
I think we had some
horrifically
fan fiction
sexual, too.
we had some fan fiction.
Do we
for Fresh Squeeze.
qualify for Rule 34?
Everything qualifies for Rule 34.
Oh,
Everything that
crap.
exists has some kind of sexual parody of it. That's Rule 34.
Hopefully that'll never
you learn
happen.
something. I guarantee you
Hope I
there's,
was well cast.
there's Fresh Squeeze fan fiction, I bet you.
Oh.
Somewhere.
I think I've gotten links before.
Have a good show, fellas.
Have a good day, buddy.
Thanks,
See you
Mario.
around.
That's Mario, our tech. Awesome fella.
His name's Mario.
Mario. I know how he's not on the show yet, even though his name is Mario, was beyond me.
I love
He's like
it.
wasting
Obvious.
talent.
Yeah, fan of the show.
Good golly. What are we talking about? Fan fiction or
Fan
something?
fiction.
We're talking about Neopets and my I
Your
don't know,
fan fiction.
my weird
Do you remember
childhood.
any of the fan fiction for him? Or can you give us an origins or a name? I feel like you would have great names for your Neopets.
All I remember is that
Shadow Fighter.
one of my Neopets was a dragon, and that was my favorite one. It looked like a little Charmander ripoff, but I wrote a story that I don't remember. If it was still on a server,
I would
somewhere,
love to read it.
I would love. I probably deleted it. I deleted my
if it's
MySpace.
on the internet, it's there.
Frankie, be honest. You remember that story?
I
Single
don't.
bit
We
of it.
literally just resurfaced some deep memories of
Oh
mine.
God, we just gotta say words
don't-
now that just resurface
keep-
old memories. Just Furby. Oh God. Or
You
like,
just wake up out of a blackout.
Do you remember the Furby got kicked into the ceiling?
what did you say? Oh, I thought.
No, do you remember the Furby got kicked into the ceiling at the high school? It
no.
went through the ceiling?
You kicked a Furby through the
I-
ceiling
I-
in high school?
I did.
I know kids did the pencil thing where they would like flick pencils up. But
No, I punted a Kirby into the. You know how the ceiling was like
drop
paper mache,
ceilings.
it was like really really thin, like.
Yeah. It was a good kick and really poor ceilings.
Legend has it that in 102 English class, you can still hear the Furby
Like nachos
trying to
across
be
like
woken
that.
up.
What was it? My sister sent me a picture like 2 weeks ago. She's in college right now, and she tries to like get me with texts, just like things to like catch me off my guard. And she sent me a picture of, I forgot the name of it, but do you remember those Poochies? Do you remember Poochie?
No.
Little robotic dog that you could get. Like they advertised it as the first robotic dog, and it like you would get like a fake bone. And
It
you
like
would hold his
it was
mouth.
like see-through plastic.
Yeah, and it did like a backflip and stuff.
Yeah.
She just yeah, I'm like on my way to work, and she just sends me a picture of a Poochie out of nowhere. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I had so many questions, and I was like, why? She's just like, I don't know, why not? You remember Poochie? And I was like, yeah, a little bit.
I've gone through a lot of therapy to not.
I tried to forget Furby and Poochie. We're
just
gonna go to
sounds
commercial
disgusting.
soon, but we'll do one more story. They released. Someone has released an
Furby and
independent. What?
Shut up.
Just
show.
We're
Just
having
show.
a conversation. We're having a conversation. Yeah. Someone has released or is releasing a independent video game of the Titanic adventures. So basically, you can explore the Titanic ship as it's being destroyed in the Pacific. Was it in the Pacific? Was Titanic in the Pacific or Atlantic?
Atlantic.
Atlantic? Was it
Atlantic.
Atlantic.
It
Thank you.
went from Europe to America.
Don't say it like it's obvious. I don't remember.
What?
If it went from
genre-
Asia to America, it would be the Pacific.
I don't remember it going anywhere besides. I remember hitting a glacier. It didn't go anywhere, Nolan.
What's the story of it? Is it like is it first person perspective?
It's
Are you
first-person
Jack
perspective.
Dawson?
What?
Are you Jack Dawson or are you Rose?
Checked up. I think you're Rose, because you're moving slower.
Okay.
She's a good actress. That was a fat joke. Well, you asking? Oh yeah, it's first person, and you move through the ship. As far as I know, it's a simulation. I don't know if there's an actual specific story. I don't think you
think
take
there
the
has to
role
be one.
as Jack or.
It's my favorite movie.
No,
I
is
it?
try to embody Jack
Really?
Dawson every day of my life,
I like
so
the
I would
second half.
love that.
Is that really your favorite movie?
No, it's not.
It was for a very, very
Really?
long time. It was part of the reason why I got into drawing lessons, because I was like, oh, I want to be like Jack Dawson.
Oh, they said I want to be like Rose. I was like, oh.
See, I only have.
That's why I model. It's all thanks to Titanic. I was like, she's
I only have the
beautiful.
second part of the movie with all the action in it.
Well, then you don't get any of the character development, though.
So how about I trade my What is that from again?
You want a throwback we're talking about? That was a Newgrounds.com Tankmen. That was a Flash
Yeah.
series from like the
Yeah,
early
yeah.
If you want to see
2000s.
a
Wow, what
really
a
funny
throwback.
cartoon,
Oh my
Flash
God, we
cartoon,
should do that
search
soon.
Tankmen.
Tankmen.
By Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah.
They
Johnny
came out with a
Utah
few
on
of them, too. Isn't there like
Newgrounds
3 of them or
and-
4 of them now?
There's a couple episodes.
Yeah, it's really
All
it's funny.
Wow,
It's really
I cannot
funny.
We
believe you
should
just
do.
said
There
that.
is a Newgrounds is a gold mine, and I was on there not recently, but I was like, I should check to see if it's still alive, like the web URL, and they still exist. They're still pumping out content.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to go back on there and just surf through like all the awesome series from Ego Raptor and the Johnny Utahs and the Rubber Ninjas, and oh my God, that site was so good. That ate up like 4 of our years of our lives, mine at least.
Easily.
I lived on that website. And then before we go to commercial break, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Did you guys see the poster?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
That is, she's a Game of Thrones dude, right?
Called Drago.
Yes, he was Khal Drago, and then I don't know anything else he was in, to be honest with you. He was in a couple other stuff, but yeah, he's the new Aquaman. Did you see the poster for it? It looks pretty cool.
Way
might
more
have.
epic than I thought Aquaman
That's what I
would
mean.
be.
Because when I first saw the picture, I didn't see a picture of the poster. I saw a picture of the poster side by side with like 1980s Aquaman, and it was just like
God.
the difference of it was just amazing.
Well, they have to, because every Hollywood movie now with a superhero has to be gritty.
Of course, of course. But that's
yeah.
what the beauty of it was. It was just Jason Momoa, like tatted up, scarred, and
Well,
you had like Mermaid Man from SpongeBob like right next to him.
Well, it's supposed to be more the original Aquaman, not the Justice League Aquaman, like the superhero and friends.
So the original Aquaman was that hardcore?
He had like super strength.
That dude's got a trident and a beard.
He
and
had
I feel
like
that
super
wouldn't be
strength and
efficient
was a total
traveling through water.
badass.
He was friends with piranhas, dude.
What? That's a
bad
bad
news.
crowd, man.
He was bad news.
Those are like the Bloods of the water.
Before the tights.
Maybe the Crips. Before the tights. It was piranhas and blowfishes. But on
Sharks
that
and the
note,
Jets.
the Sharks and the Jets. That's pretty clever. Pretty good. We're going to end it there. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got lots to talk about, including Payday 2 DLC, some new games called Super Hot, and a first-person drone race. When we come back.
Oh, that's slow. Zoom.
Hey, this is Chris West Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com. For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back. We're back. Hey, hello. Making sure I'm on my spot. Sorry. I can't tell my shirt is piratey today. Welcome back to Save and Continue, a show about internet, tech, video games, pirate shirts. I didn't get to this. I was going to bring this up the first time before the first commercial break. Burning Man is coming up, and as always, they're insane. I tried to go 2 years ago with our friend Callie, and we had tickets like ready to go. And for some reason or another, I forget for whatever reason we didn't get the tickets, but I was very upset because I've always wanted to go. Anyway,
That's
I bring
like
it up.
Callie's dream.
God, could you imagine him? He's got hair now. I saw a picture with him with hair.
I refuse to believe it.
Some background. He doesn't have hair. So, so anyway, they're starting to kind of unveil all the crazy stuff they're going to be bringing to Burning Man because, you know, they have like crazy dirt bikes and
Assemble a whole
buses.
town.
They have the roofs torn off and that are, you know, have like couches that have engines in them. And a company is upping the ante a large amount by they acquired a 747 jumbo jet, and they stripped the roof off, and we have a picture of it, and the best comparison I can make of, and it's on InRavio.com, it's basically like that thing from Star Wars that Jabba's traveling around on in the second movie. Like, look at it, like the canopies on top. So that is actually going to be rolling around Burning Man this year.
Yo, that just
Partying.
looks like a crashed plane.
I mean, no. Like they have a before picture, and it's the whole plane. The whole plane is there, but they cut it in half, obviously. They put some engines in the back.
How big is that?
That's a 747 plane. So I don't know the actual, I'll look it up, the
It's the
actual
largest jet
size,
that
but it's
they
one of the largest
commercially
jets if not the
Looks like you put a
largest
pool
jet.
on that.
I'm sure there's a jacuzzi
they're
somewhere up there.
double-decker.
It's a double-decker, too, so there's going to be 2 levels of what I'm sure they've customized with other
Insane
crazy
party.
stuff in there. But I think we know. I think our friend Gabby's going there this year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. I
Seems
thought I
right up
saw
her
some there.
alley.
I feel like she would be one of the ones, she'd be on the strap to the front of the jumbo jet like Mad Max. Yeah!
Just spinning like as a propeller.
Dreams do come true. Anyway, Payday 2 is getting some new DLC soon. I bring it up. You guys played Payday 2. I've introduced you to a little bit to it. Not you, Frankie. I owned it, and I played it for a long time on my 360.
I've sat
Loved
down
it.
and kind of tinkered with it. I haven't
Yes.
played it.
Yes.
But I've watched actually because I was thinking about buying it for PC when
That's
I
the
was
best
back in
platform
college.
to get it on,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I've watched a ton of walkthroughs on it.
Yeah.
It's an awesome game. And
It's fantastic. I
yeah.
got to play it on the Xbox, which again, I can only imagine how good it was on the PC because that's the platform it was intended for obvious reasons. Let alone if you can get past how good the soundtrack is to actually focus on the game, because people joke about it online. I thought it was kind of like overused, but genuinely, when I played the game, I had a difficult time focusing because the music was so good. I just found myself just like halfway through the game in a firefight, just like with just dubstep and like good drum and bass and awesome
it builds
game.
too.
We talked about this in a previous episode.
Yeah, about the last episode.
The
about
production of
bringing it
that of
back.
the soundtrack is just so crisp.
Exactly. It was just good producers, and I looked deep into it, and it was a majority of bands. It really wasn't like they didn't really contract artists to make independent tracks. It was like made by the same, more or less, 4 guys together. Very talented group of guys. But I bring it up because they're getting new DLC, and it's themed from a game that I love. I think I talked about it to you guys a few times. Hotline Miami. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It got very popular. It's a 2D...
Racing game?
No, it's a 2D top-down shooter. Very gory. And it gets a ton of cosplay at conventions and stuff. I don't know if you ever saw it. It's the guy that wears the varsity
animal
jacket,
masks?
and he wears the chicken masks.
Yeah.
And it's about the guys that like they're bandits basically, but it's incredibly gory, like a messed up storyline, but it's old school like pixel style arcade. I got it for the PC. It's amazing, and it's one of those games that got popular because it's so intricate in the sense that like you have to go into a room and you have an objective, but you have to run in, and it's like trial by error because it's like I run in, a guy's gonna run towards me, I have to throw my bat at him, then he dies, I pick up my gun, move left, and at that point I know through dying a million other times that a guy's gonna turn that corner, and it's just kind of figuring out the strategy to beat that level, just trial and error, which those are the kind of games I love because it's
grinding.
like Trials HD or something where it's just over and over again. Like
Ooh, I
I can't
remember
get enough of
Trials.
that. But they have Hotline Miami themed content, DLC, guns, costume skins.
Payday.
Because
That'll actually be sick.
yes, like you wear the
Yeah.
chicken mask with the varsity jacket, and there's a
get
couple
the-
guns.
the drive
in the game.
jacket?
The varsity, the drive jacket, and then that's actually to promote Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number, which is coming out March 10th, which I had no idea was coming out. And I'm really excited for. I really suggest you guys play Hotline
What platforms
Miami.
was it for again?
It's on. If I'm not mistaken, it's on PC only. It's on Steam. You can get it on Steam. It's I think like $5-6 now. And then when they
Everything is-
release the second one, it's gonna be $12. Like it's an independent game, but I highly recommend it. And I just brought that up because it's one of those niche games not a lot of people know about, and the more people I can tell about it, the better. Just because can't recommend it enough.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
if you can handle being frustrated like constantly, like oh god, another thing, like I gotta throw, like, and you gotta be specific where you aim. Like you can miss when you throw stuff. Like you pick up weapons and throw them, but when you throw them violently, which like knocks out characters. And while they're knocked out, you can conserve ammo and run up and hit them. But then maybe when you do that, you'll learn you don't have enough time and you have to use your gun, and it's just no handicaps at all. It's all up
Yeah.
to you. Like, but if you like a puzzle and violence and gore and 2D top-down shooters and an interesting story, Hotline Miami.
and I'd never heard of it. Never heard of it. Did a little research on it today, so correct me if I'm wrong. But isn't the music also
Fantastic.
fantastic?
It is.
Yeah.
It gotta be. We should just brought this up last episode, all the music theme stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, the soundtrack is fantastic.
Because it was the creators have said that they were influenced by Drive and the director.
Well,
of
it's a
Drive,
very
Nick.
the game is like that.
Well, yeah, they
Very
put
much so.
they put the Scorpion jacket as like an Easter egg throughout some levels. Like his
yeah.
racer jacket. That
I gotta
It's
see
interesting.
Drive again.
Drive was my favorite movie until Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
I still can't believe Guardians is your favorite movie.
Again, I say the same thing every time. As someone who read the comics and you go to see a comic book movie and the movie is better than the comic, like how many times does that happen?
I want to see the movie again. I know
And,
that much,
and
but
the
it's
fact that they
definitely
made
not my
it,
favorite.
the fact that they made a
Man,
Guardians of the
rewatch
Galaxy
potential.
movie was amazing to me because that's a really They just picked that up and we're like, screw it. Like, we're just going to try and see how
Yeah,
well
no,
this does.
the story of
Very
it's-
underknown, like it's a niche comic.
Well, the rise to popularity of that series is really cool. Same thing with Iron Man. Iron Man wasn't
got an
that
interesting
big
plot.
before the movies. He really wasn't. Maybe within the comic world, but
course,
not
yeah, no,
within
no, it
you
wasn't
know,
Captain
mainstream.
America.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Captain America wasn't either. Really, none of those heroes
Well, I mean, I
were.
feel like for a long time, like Captain America.
Yeah,
how could they
this
not?
resurgence of superhero movies has only happened within like the past decade and a half, I'd say, if anything.
And James Gunn recently was defending it because everyone's like, "There's too many superhero movies coming out, and we're getting flooded with."
Hey,
superhero
listen, if
movies.
we get quality, that's
what I
all that
mean.
matters.
Who cares?
The
If
ones
it's
that
good.
have Marvel's been putting out have been quality.
Exactly.
And I have no problem with that.
I'm just hoping DC starts pumping out stuff just as quality.
I
we
could care
need
less.
we need competition.
No.
You can't have a monopoly on superhero movies.
You're not.
Unless Josh Whedon does
it's
everything.
not a monopoly on superhero movies.
No,
at all.
because DC's got some great, fantastic story arcs and great. I don't like what
I
they're doing
have
with the
no interest in DC comic
Black
heroes at all.
Panther, Superman,
Black Panther's
Batman,
Marvel.
The Vision.
Black Panther's Marvel.
The Vision's great.
The Vision's Marvel.
No, The Vision's going to be in the new Batman versus Superman movie. I don't
Vi-
care if it's
the-
Marvel, but it's in the movie.
Batman.
They just
they
teased
can't.
him.
It's DC.
They just
and
teased
Marvel.
him in the. You can watch the poster. The Vision is in the poster.
Vision.
Oh no! Wait, I'm trying to think. Hold on a second. 'Cause I just saw like 4 posters recently. They just released like 3 Marvel posters and like 2 Batman posters. Who do they reveal in the Batman?
Batman posters?
Yeah, for Dawn of Justice. They just revealed like 2 characters that are going to be in Dawn of Justice. I think you're correct. Vision is in the Marvel one, but there is one in
Age
the
of
Batman
Ultron.
poster.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it like
that-
the Harley Quinn
No.
stuff?
What? No, not Suicide Squad. No.
Oh.
No. They released a Batman, Superman Dawn of Justice movie poster, and in the background they teased a character for it. I'm trying to remember for the life of me who it was in the DC universe.
Hopefully
but
it's the Penguin. We need a good Penguin.
the Penguin? Nah, they already have him in Gotham. They're doing that in the Gotham show. Which
Where
that's
do you have
why-
Danny DeVito?
Oh, but he
DeVito
was the
great.
best. If we can get Michael Keaton back as Batman
Want a
and
scary
Danny
one.
DeVito as, yeah, they got to do the Penguin like they did.
No,
in
let's
the
get
Arkham
Batman
No,
over to
with, like, the
Marvel. Let's have
glass.
that happen.
They got to get the Penguin like they did in the Arkham games,
Yeah.
where the glass is like jammed in his eye socket. That's a
The
scary
bottle
freaking.
and the
Speaking
monocle,
of
that was
which-
freaky.
The new
Yes.
Arkham game, I know some more information came out about
Arkham
that. but-
Knight. I
Arkham
believe is what it's
Knight.
called. Yes.
Yeah, that is looking great because I actually missed out on Arkham City. And
I'm playing that now.
and how do you like it?
I like it a lot. I was told, this is just stupidity of mine, that was the first one, and that Arkham Asylum was the second one.
No.
Because I did not follow that from the get-go at all. So I was kind of bummed about that because I kind of wanted to go chronologically. But it's great. It's a great
Well,
game.
from what I heard,
It's
I mean,
fantastic.
generally I heard City was the better title, but there's a lot of people that make the argument that they're actually really 2 pretty unique experiences in themselves. Like, I originally was thinking City was just more open-ended to Arkham Asylum, but it kind of gives you a different vibe because one I think is more streamlined than the other.
Absolutely. I played
more
enough
linear.
Arkham Asylum at our friend's house, James, to get a little bit of grasp. But yeah, it's a much more linear experience, obviously. I think that's why City gets a better rep, just because it's open
Well,
world.
it did everything that Asylum did, and then it
Exactly.
just
And they
upped
did the
ante.
upgrades, exactly. So it's like, it's just a better version, pretty much. Not to say that Arkham Asylum isn't fantastic, but I'm
Yeah.
really excited from Arkham Knight, actually. It's good that you brought that up. It looks
Yeah,
gorgeous.
it looks gorgeous. The
So
use of
good.
the Batmobile, really, really cool.
Did that nice.
That was so slick.
The Batmobile looks sick, yeah. And that's going to be for next-gen consoles, obviously.
this
PS4.
gen?
What?
This gen.
This gen. I still can't.
Yeah.
Well, until I own it,
We're not
it's,
next
it's
gen
next
yet.
gen for me. No,
That's-
it's
I know.
next gen for me.
We'll probably be next gen by
Dang
like
it.
2030
Yeah, right?
at this rate.
No, I'll pick one up and it's like PS5's announced. Beautiful.
Following the Halo 6
Speaking of
release.
Games coming out that
Halo
are really
6
cool.
release.
What do you want?
Halo 6 will be in a couple of years.
Following
When
the
is
Halo
Halo
6
6 come
release.
out?
No,
Oh, no, we were kidding.
like saying it's going to be
Halo
launched
6,
in 2030 with the next gen.
Halo 6 will probably be 2018 or something.
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I keep thinking we're on Halo.
Halo
5.
4
I
was
thought
only-
Halo 5 came out. I'm
Halo
sorry.
4 was only like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it's a fairly recent game.
Right.
It still looks pretty good. Speaking of games coming out, have you guys got a game called Super Hot?
Nope.
It's an independent
Super
game
Hot
coming out. We have a
Fire.
few pictures of it, actually.
Yo, I'm gonna watch
Dude,
this.
when I Googled it for pictures, I could not get anything but screen caps from that
Yeah,
video.
'cause
Like,
of
it was
course,
so-
it's the greatest video
so
ever.
hard to find pictures for this game because it's all that
Yeah,
video.
Probably the most
I hope
notable
everyone knows
GIF
what we're talking
ever.
about.
Super Hot Fire.
Yeah, just
the
stop
link.
watching this show and just go to YouTube and just search Super Hot, and it's the funniest
Yeah,
goddamn
no,
thing.
Whatever you're doing right
I
now
wouldn't
isn't
tell
that
anybody
important.
to turn the stream off.
It's
It's
just
really
so
good. I
funny.
can't
It's
argue.
really, and get back to us. Let us
Yes,
know
please.
how. Let us know.
Come back and then tell us
Come
somebody
back when you
asked
see
for it.
Chris Rock, because then it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one wasn't as good.
Well, Super Hot is this independent game coming out, highly stylized. Here's a shot of it.
Oh my God! It's like Mirror's Edge.
look at the
Okay,
graphics.
Easy.
It's like Mirror's Edge.
Look at the graphics.
Basically, the big thing with this is the game. The whole focus of it is it's a time-based puzzle game where the bullets will come at you and will only move forward towards you as you move as a character. So when you move forward, that's the only time the bullets move. So when you're standing still, you just see that. The red lines are streaks, obviously, of where the path of the bullet is, and they will only push forward towards you as you move forward. So the point of the game is to move forward strategically while being able to crouch and duck around all the bullets being shot at you and reach the opposite end, or be able to at least shoot the enemies.
So
at the
this gives
opposite
the
end.
illusion
Maybe we have
of
another
bullet
picture.
time, pretty much.
It's basically, it's similar to bullet time, but I can't stress enough the function of when you don't move, nothing else moves.
Right.
Time
so,
stops.
which is really cool. So
Yes, well,
it's
bullet time
like
is
bullet
slow-mo.
time, just done
Yeah.
differently.
But
Which
I mean,
that's a really cool twist.
I like it because it's as much a pro as it is a con. It's
Do we
a
have
pro
footage
in
of
the
that?
sense- none that we could air right now. No, just a couple pictures. But what I like about it is that the function, the time function, is a pro as much as it is a con. In a sense that you get to see the streaks coming at you. You get to pretty much decide how fast they come at you, but you can't progress forward in the game unless you let the bullets come near you. So it really becomes a game. I'll try and get some footage for next episode that we're allowed to air, because it really is some interesting gameplay, or at least I'll link it in our Facebook.
I can imagine it.
Yes,
how it
the
works.
pictures really do paint a great vision of what the game's going to be for you, and it's fun. I mean, it really looks fun in the trailer, and I'm going to pick it up if it comes out from Mac on the OS, because it's just one of those. It's a really unique game. I'm getting myself more into puzzlers lately for some reason. I'm really appreciate. I've been replaying Portal on my computer again.
Back to
Just
basics.
this game is just it's a different kind of puzzler. I've never seen a puzzler like it. I feel like that deserves attention. I mean, that's awesome. That the time is controlled by your movement. I don't think I've ever seen a game like that before. Has that been done? I feel like maybe Portal
I'm
did
thinking.
something like
I know a lot of games that use time mechanics
Jinx.
or as a Jinx.
Or no, what was it? Blinks the Time Cat or something? That was the first game I
Blinks,
played on Xbox.
Blinks, Braid, Fear.
Well, those are all
Fear was
time-based.
really good.
Yeah, Killzone, or Killing Floor, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Which the
Killing
sequel's
Floor,
coming
yeah,
out very
Killing
soon,
Floor
which we
had
did a
that.
report on, which was great, which I'm very excited for. But yeah, this is the first time I actually see time control be a con, which is cool. I like that a lot. It's kind of like, you remind me of Majora's Mask, in the sense that you had to reverse time constantly. Within
Yeah,
3
but
days.
that's not even.
No, but in the sense
terrible.
that there was so many times where I would forget that you had to store items that you would lose, and I'd go back in time and be like, I lost it. It's that kind of.
That was
it
the most
became a con for
frustrating
me
fun
at least
game
because I
ever.
just didn't pay attention. But it reminded me a lot in that scope, which I thought was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Have you guys been seeing any indie games that you've been liking lately? That's independent, something interesting now.
The last thing I played was what we played.
which was
was it
Space Team.
Space Team.
Space Team.
Can't
That
get
was
enough
fun.
of Space Team. We can't talk highly enough.
You need some energy before that. Yeah, playing that.
Is that why you played so poorly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I had no idea
I
what I
was
was
screaming
getting
for the
myself
flux
into.
capacitor for about 30 freaking seconds.
And
I'm
I just
like,
love how
that's fun.
nonsensical just the stuff that you have to do, the
Yeah.
things you have to say, it just
When
makes
it gets
no
into
sense.
symbols, I just
but I really,
melted.
really want to do that in a public area.
Oh, yeah.
We
Space
have
Team
to
is a
film
game
that. We have to do that.
Where each person has a control panel and they're given instructions.
Okay, imagine you're on the Star Trek space team and you're just shouting orders to each other, that just stuff that you have no idea what it means, but you know it's sciencey
Well,
and important. That's what this game is, except you're doing this out loud with your friends in a room, except, you're absolutely ridiculous to anyone who's not doing it.
Except most of the instructions that come up on your screen are for him
Yeah.
or him.
Right,
you
so
have to
all your
yell at it and
lives
then-
depend on each other like you're in an
Yeah.
actual spaceship with very, very, very weird
Very hectic.
mechanics.
Yeah, and if you mess up, if you don't get the timing right, it starts to destroy your console. Like your buttons will start
Yeah.
swinging and ooze will come
Slimes.
down over
Yeah,
the console.
it's really,
blocking
it's
the
really
weapon.
well done.
And then the stuff
It's
at the end
cool.
gets nonsensical. It goes from turn on the flux capacitor to a symbol of a guy taking a dump over a toilet, and it's like you have to explain what that actually is.
It's honestly a game that I think anyone
I think there
could
was a guy
enjoy
taking
if they just want to have some
number
fun.
2 on a toilet that came up for me. I might be kidding you.
Probably.
Yeah.
If you have high blood pressure or heart problems, don't play Space Team.
Yeah, if you have a problem with screaming.
Because it's hectic.
Or seizure too when the asteroids come and you got to shake it.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's the best part. You gotta shake
It's
stuff.
ridiculous.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we got lots more to talk about. Yeah, exactly. So much more.
Asteroid.
Citizen Ford, drone races, all
I
that.
thought for a second you were bashing it on the table.
No,
I was like, oh.
I really wanted to. It's
I know you do.
a good thing we have this towel here. Oh.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or the flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural,
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice, and we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
What's up, guys? We're Scared No Fair, and we're here with Interwebs. If they catch you at a show with one of these bracelets, you will win $100.
That's a lot of money.
So get a bracelet.
Do whatever it takes to get that. Hit them up online.
InRavio.com wants you. InRavio provides the best in TV, film, post-production, and so much more. And we're growing. Right now, we're looking for a team of pros that can join us. So what are you waiting for? We need show hosts, production crew, marketing gurus, sales experts, audio engineers, lighting, visual effects, and camera crews. We want you. Go to InRavio.com/join the team. For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Save and Continue. We are live in Radio Studios, Massac, New York, talking everything on the internet.
Oh, darn it! I wasn't wearing a hat. Continuity error.
Thought about that for
Just
a
cut
while.
the stream now. I'm done. That was it. Anyway,
I thought it was funny.
lots of stuff going on. Someone talk to me because I got a cough real quick. Nolan, say something.
I have actually something that's kind of interesting to bring up.
No way. Prove it. Shut it.
Stay tuned. No, it's this new thing called haptic touch screens.
Haptic touch screens.
Haptic touch
Can you
screens.
spell that?
Go on.
H-A-P-T-I-C.
See, you can't.
H-A-P-T-I-C.
Good.
Haptic.
I feel intelligent.
It's very technical, so I don't think I really understand it.
Glad you brought it up.
But I think
Super glad you brought it up.
like the way that the touchscreen works now is like it's electrostatic signals getting sent between your phone and the finger, and this disrupts that signal so that you can feel actual textures, like a gravel or like a soft. And like you can distinguish different bumps. Like you can almost basically read Braille with it.
So
if you
you're
really
saying
wanted
that the touch screen of the phones, like I have the Galaxy, when it actually, you feel the little feedback.
it disrupts in certain patterns.
You say disrupts.
Is awesome. Meaning it changes in such a way that it replicates the
Like the signals
actual,
being sent
like
don't
wood.
So the phone screen does this? This is a screen. This is a phone company
Yeah,
or
it's
a
like-
tablet company or
It's
a screen
the touch
company?
screens. I don't know who's actually doing it, but
Is
Apple's
it the
trying.
glass, the material?
No.
it can't be
It's in the screen. It basically just disrupts
imagine
the
that?
signals being sent in like a certain rhythm pattern.
Okay.
It seems like way over my head.
See, it
technically,
doesn't
to
seem,
be honest.
even if that was an app, it doesn't seem like it's too far out of the realm of possibility. You know what I mean?
No, I mean
Apple's
an app
trying
in
to
the
get
sense
it-
that turns your screen to do that. And it's like I couldn't download the app. My screen does that. You have to get the actual.
Well, I mean,
machine
think
that
about
does
it. If you're touching the screen and you're going to feel the feedback around your fingertip. Not
This
here,
screen
but-
would not send any feedback though.
But I'm saying screens that do.
Oh, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. We couldn't download an app on my iPad right now and do that.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were
Right.
referring to.
No,
Sorry.
that's what I mean.
Go for it.
They kind of described it as like the vibrate touch like feedback touch screens on some phones. Like you touch it and it vibrates.
Sorry, a little fuzzy. Go on.
Like you touch the different keys and to tell you like, oh, the key's been touched, it vibrates.
Right.
It's kind of like that, except it's in, I'm assuming like these different patterns so that you can feel different textures, different.
It sounds
shapes.
like witchcraft, and I don't know how I feel about
Yeah,
that.
it's pretty crazy.
It sounds
but,
like magic, and I don't like it.
But there's some pretty practical uses, which I'll get into right now. First and foremost, Apple's trying to get it done by the time they send out the Apple Watch, so that instead of your watch
That's
vibrating,
a really short time window.
yeah,
Wow.
apparently it's further along than I had ever known because they're keeping it kind of quiet. I guess I don't know why. I haven't heard of it. But
Jeez, that's a short.
very
wow,
quick,
that's
yeah.
soon.
And basically, instead of like vibrating your whole wrist, which like a practical practical vibrate thing right now would do, it's going to be more like a tap, like a hey, you have a message, like one shot go, so that you can just check your phone without it being like very annoying. And then the actual different textures, they're thinking that you can use that for like your GPS or your hands-free navigation when you're driving, because you wouldn't even have to look at it. You can just be like, oh, that button's that one, that one, that one. And you can just move along as you're driving your car or something and navigate through your GPS without ever having to look.
That
It's
seems like a
all touch.
whole new, like, kind of like, what is it called when it's ghost vibration when you think your phone's vibrating?
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
gonna, imagine that, just like, oh, I thought my,
actually
ghost
my wrists
vibrations.
feel weird.
It's
What?
a sign of stress.
I don't
If-
even get
if
it off,
you-
but people tell me often.
Like
It's
checking
usually
your phone constantly.
well, if you have
No, it's
the-
like you just feel like you think
right,
your phone vibrating.
it's the illusion of
You
feeling like your
get
phone
the
vibrates.
sensation, and you're like, is my phone? I was like, my phone isn't in my pocket.
That's a
Yeah,
sign of
yeah.
stress.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Great.
But yeah, no, and now everybody, you're going to be interested in this. You know, we were talking about how they're going to implement feel into AR.
Yes, using the whole. What were you referring to?
I originally thought it would be like a glove, like a super glove or something like that. I don't know how else to describe it. Like,
The Nintendo Power Glove is
yeah,
making a comeback. Yes.
but basically a really nice
so
power
bad.
glove.
What?
It's so bad.
I love. You can turn a car by going like that. What more do you want out of science?
More.
But
You're dreaming. You're dreaming.
I forget who's doing. Oh, it's an Oculus Rift paired game controller, but it's got sliding plates in it that I guess use the same haptic touchscreen technology, but the plates obviously slide very well,
Yeah, I was gonna
very
say,
well
what's
calibrated.
What's the lag like?
It's not very
The
laggy. So like,
responsiveness.
but the interesting thing is more or less the different examples that I got, because for a gun, it gives you like pop and recoil, like obviously for like a shooter game. But then there was like more complex ones that the guy was talking about, where it was like transferring.
Oh, and those are the
cube.
sliders? you're talking
Yeah,
about? Oh,
like
okay.
transferring cubes into your hands. And so a slide plate will come out that you can feel that has pressure, and then when you move on the other end, another slide piece will come out and touch down. So when you have the actual like headset on, the Oculus Rift headset, you can't see the controller moving and it matches up to just the box moving in free space with the slide pieces coming out and touching you.
Yeah, it's a weird take on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good way of like representing.
But then it's all handheld, because then you wouldn't
Yeah.
have to be moving around with different objects that you're.
Yeah.
It's just all right
it
here.
It really depends on how well those slide plates work. I think.
Yeah, it's.
I had
it's gonna
Silent
hinge on
Scope
that.
like years ago for the Xbox, and you had one of those guns, like the light guns you point at the screen, and it had a slide piece that would serve as a kickback feature.
Silent Scope is
yes,
dope.
It
It's
had
such a good arcade
There
game.
was an at-home edition for the Xbox,
I
and you
know.
could get the sniper, and you took the scope off, and it actually worked for House
The
of the Dead.
Xbox One was the go-to console for arcade games at the time.
Xbox original.
Xbox original, whatever.
You can't say one.
You know what I'm
I mean, it's not
talking about.
like
You know what I'm talking about, people.
I don't.
Just-
I was confused.
just
Stop
whatever.
kicking the table.
I'm just call what table?
The one in front of us.
I don't see any
There's
table.
still a table in front of us.
This table doesn't move,
What
Kyle.
is
How
this?
can we move it?
You're very
This is
strong.
our sturdy black table right here.
We got I had Silent Scope for the home edition, and you had an actual sniper light gun.
It's like with the shotgun in House of the Dead 3.
Well, it
What,
was.
there was no slide.
It was the same thing.
Like,
I would
was it?
take the nozzle off and the scope, and it became a shotgun for that game. I could use it for both games. But the point is, it had a slide piece that would serve as kickback. But being that it was like 2005, it was terrible. And it was basically this really slow piece of metal that you would hear go, and it would touch your shoulder. And that was like their kickback feature.
That's sad.
It was very sad. That's why I bring it up. Like, that's
Yeah.
gotta be like, it's gotta be an actual, like,
Yeah, no.
kick you.
It seems
I
intense.
can't believe I didn't hit the mic that bad. I missed it by a millimeter.
Yeah, I would have definitely hit the
Whoa,
mic.
that would have hurt in my ear.
It's like you just tried to adrenaline shot.
But that's cool. I'm really interested to see what people do with that, as far as how they solve that problem
Because
of touch in virtual reality.
I don't necessarily know if we were talking about it on the show or not, but I was even saying I'm not that interested in the Oculus Rift because I still want the controller analog experience. And this seems like it'll bridge that gap for people like me.
It could be a nice
Which was
in
very
between.
interesting for me, personally.
It's always a good question because people are getting the whole visual aspect done. But as
Yeah.
far as controls go with virtual reality, I kind of like it because people are developing all these different methods of going about it.
Yeah.
And it's only promoting like the best one's going to end up on top. It's like
Yeah.
HD DVD versus Blu-ray. It's all up to
HD
who the
DVD.
porn industry backs, basically.
Jeez, that's an old wounds.
I saw a garage sale the other day, and someone had the Xbox 360 HD DVD like plug-in disc drive.
What a
that you
dead
get for,
format.
like,
That format
$5.
came and went so quick. It was ridiculous.
It really was. It came down to the game industry and the porn industry. That's who decided the success of that, actually.
And Blu-ray was,
I don't know why you'd
obviously-
watch porn in HD. That just seemed like an awful idea.
Why wouldn't you? If you're going to watch porn, you might as well go all out.
Well, why would you want to see all the imperfections and stuff that the beauty of poor quality does?
Why? Because
I watch everything
Because I live in
4K.
reality, Kyle, and I know not everybody's not perfect.
I
I
don't
need
like
all the
reality.
horrifying details when
Reality
I watch porn.
sucks. Anyway,
My reality's cool.
you're gonna like this because it's drone related. And you brought it. Did you bring up the drone race thing to me, or you brought
Yeah,
up
that
something
was
drone
at,
race? Yeah.
that
There's a
convention.
video. I actually have it
Yeah.
scheduled to be released on our Facebook tomorrow, so you can check out or tonight after the show. You can check out the Facebook after the show. We'll have a link to the video on Vimeo. This guy released a video of a drone first-person race, and it's a whole extremely well-edited video of this guy racing like 5 or 6 drones through the woods, going very fast. If anything, it reminded me of like the speeder bike scene from Star Wars.
Oh,
Because this
yeah.
guy is it's first-person camera on this drone. He's flying 6, 7 feet off
Oh, I
the
gotta
floor of the
see that.
ground. He's just dipping past really skinny trees. A couple shots of him hitting them, and the thing just barrel rolling through. Like, I tried to find a video we could show. Nothing really copyright, but we got the link, so you can check it out on the Facebook.com/SaveAndContinue show. But it was really cool. They had like 5 or 6 of them all tailing each other. Had like a nice lights on the back, so you can kind of track to see where they were going.
Yeah.
But it was just, now that I see it, anything drone at this point just gets me so excited. The implications, like legally, of what they can do, like invasion of privacy, is beyond
I'm all
terrifying.
droned out. I'm tired of hearing about drones. I
It is,
cannot stand
but
the word
the
drone
technical
anymore.
quadcopter is what they should be called, because drone is just a terrible
Quadcopter just
terminology.
sounds...
Sounds lamer, but it sounds less invasive of privacy. But then I came across another drone thing, and it was it's called the drone shift, and it's actually being used to replace tripods for camera or filmmakers. It's just a drone that follows, you target what you want the drone to follow via a beacon, and it follows that person like perfectly panning and following them in the air.
Oh, more like
You
a
can control
dolly.
the dolly, or you
Yeah.
can get it to stand in place.
That's just a waste.
Different height. No, it's not. It's part
Just to hover
Do you
instead
know how
of
much
putting it
stuff-
on top of something.
Do you know how much stuff is shot with drones already in films?
No, I know, but
Millions of
to
scenes.
use a drone instead of a tripod.
No, the fact that it can be used for anything like that. You can have it to be stand still.
It's sick as a
different height.
dolly.
But imagine you wanted a tripod that could take you 40 feet up in the air and you would require a crane. You don't need it. You don't need a crane.
Yeah, it's
you don't
so
need a
cheap.
dolly. You don't need a helicopter. You don't need a tripod, bipod. You don't need any of that. All you need, unipod for that matter, is a drone. And it's that kind of application that gets me super excited about drones. Because I get it. You're sick of it. Everyone will shut the hell up about it. But I can't get excited about I know it's weird, but if I open my door in the morning with a cup of coffee and I just saw a drone fly by dropping off Amazon packages, you couldn't help but just be like, future. It just tastes so good. I love it. It's just so cool.
Back in my day, we had to go to the post office for our
there was
packages.
a guy that delivered this stuff. Now
There was a bird that carried my letters.
It delivered you too, youngster.
We used a whistle to call it. Now we use a remote control. God darn have times changed.
That South Park episode hits it perfectly. You guys' stuff is lame. Now it's our generation.
Yeah. I had a question for you guys. I was just thinking about it.
Go shoot.
I'm considering, it's a goal of mine, it is every year.
Finally doing that sex change?
Oh, God, just do it. Just stop talking about it.
I already did. So anyway,
you get your
later
money
in
back.
this year,
The gears are in work.
we kind of met halfway with the whole gender thing.
I didn't have that much money.
Yeah, so I had to go for the botched job.
Yeah.
But anyway, I get still paid. That's all that matters.
As long as you can.
If you guys were able to, you can cosplay as anything. If you wanted to cosplay for the first time,
You brought that up.
Yes, because I really do want to cosplay in the future, and I thought about this. What would my first cosplay? What would it be? Because I want to go all out with it.
We are going to talk about that as soon as we get back from the next commercial break. We're going to wrap the show up with that because I actually have some stuff to talk about that. It's funny you brought it up.
It's like I'm psychic or something.
We're going to go to a quick commercial break, but when we come back, a few more things to talk about. Power Rangers short film, Elon Musk, and some cosplaying stuff. When we come back.
I don't know what that is.
Hey, this is Chris West Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Hey, I'm Raul Panther.
And I'm Commander B. Hawkins.
And I'm Rich Welly. We're some of the proto men. If we see you without this bracelet, you get punched in the But if you have this bracelet from InRavio.com, you can win $100.
Put one of these on, or else.
Welcome back, everyone, to our final segment before
Episode ever.
for you. Anyway, we're gonna wrap things up. You brought up cosplay before we went to our commercial break. And
Yes, I did. I am curious about what you guys would want to cosplay as for your first time cosplaying, because as far as I know, you two have never cosplayed before, officially. The closest I've been to cosplaying something was Halloween. I was DJ Lance from Yo Gabba Gabba, and I was a geisha girl for.
I think the geisha girl is more cosplay.
The geisha was my favorite.
You should just. I said it's funny that you brought up cosplay because I was thinking back to Comic-Con in New York that I went to for the show.
Yeah.
And it was great and it was fun, but the one regret I had was I kind of wish I cosplayed.
Yeah, I really
was
wanna
busy
cosplay.
doing interviews and stuff, so it was but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I could have just picked something that fit and I could have done it while in the interview. Like, so I was like trying to give myself excuses and I can't. I should have done it.
So what's the first thing that comes to mind with you?
That's a really good
Because there's
question.
got to be something you've been wanting to cosplay if you've had that thought.
Do you have anything in mind at the top of your head?
For me, I do.
You tell me so I can develop some thoughts.
I have always wanted to cosplay Leon S. Kennedy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
good answer.
Yeah, because I feel like I can make my hair similar to him. And, I mean, we look very different facially, but I think...
I feel like I'd want to be something that I could pass off as, you know? Like, I want to play into the fact that I want to be able to look like my character, not just be like, oh, I love this character so much, I want to cosplay. I want to be able to go there and people be like, dang, you look like that guy.
Yeah.
If it didn't be that, I'd be like, oh god, Spike. I don't know.
Spike?
I love
Spike Spiegel?
Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, but I don't think I would be able to look like him.
Well, the thing about Spike Spiegel
He's tall,
with you,
he's-
right?
yes, I couldn't pass him off,
He definitely. When I think Spike Spiegel, I think tall and lanky.
Exactly. I would
which
like
you're
to
not.
cosplay as him, but I would want to do something that I could actually pass off.
Right. Yeah.
That's
yeah, like
it's the same thing. I'd say Mugen. I'd love to be Mugen, but again,
Mugen.
just those animes.
My God, Mugen. Mugen was my other pick. Mugen.
Yeah, again,
I would
tall
love
and
to do
lanky, though.
Mugen. What?
He's tall and lanky. though.
Mugen? No.
Yeah.
Mugen's not tall at all. He's
just
Japanese.
hunches. So?
No.
You've never seen an obese Japanese
No,
person?
he's not that tall. I don't think he's that tall in the anime.
You haven't? Oh, she has. Yeah. Okay.
What?
I thought you were like, she's like, I've never seen an obese Japanese person.
No, I'm not saying no.
Have you never
there's no
seen
tall
sumo?
Get out
Japanese
of your
people.
house.
No, I'm not. Look, there's definitely tall Japanese people out there. What I'm trying to say is, when I see Mugen in Samurai Champloo, I don't see a tall character. I just see like an average height character, maybe
The
between
style
5'9",
always just seems
5'9",
skinny to
something
me.
like that.
The art
What?
style. The art style is always, every character seemed like to be portrayed skinny to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I
the art
think
style to me. You seemed like you said same thing about Spike. I think the same thing about Mugen.
Yeah,
I think he's just skinny
well, I would.
and lanky.
Leon S. Kennedy or Mugen are my two picks. I think.
What would Nolan be?
Yeah, what would you
What
be?
would Nolan be?
If I had to look like somebody, I think the only person I've
No,
ever
don't even say that. Who would you cosplay as? Who would you want
Well, that's
to cosplay as?
we're factoring in though.
Yeah.
Is what would we be able to
The only
cosplay
person-
well as?
The only person I've ever seen that looks kind of like me in TV or anything is that kid from Project X. So
Which kid?
So I'd have to be
You
him.
need a better opinion about yourself.
if you
You're a good guy, huh?
take the whole like looking alike thing out of the equation.
I liked him when he was a Titan. When we had that picture, I think he'd pass as a very good Titan. for
Yeah,
Attack on
dude, I could
Titan.
see you as a Titan.
Although
Anybody could be any height to be a Titan.
Exactly.
If I-
And I could see Nolan just awkwardly running towards someone, just like, you could be a Titan. Did you watch that anime, Attack on Titan?
No.
Dude.
Yeah, no, you guys have
The
tried
dub
to-
is
yeah,
out.
you
It's
guys have
English. There's no
told me.
excuse.
Yeah, I don't know. Will we tell him to see the dub?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
they've
fun.
been-
Because the
You
Japanese.
and James
Oh,
both
I'm
been
sorry.
telling me
You're
watch
the English
the
dub.
dub.
Or
He's
the,
not gonna sit through the sub.
Listen, I'm really
no
not a fan of Japanese dubs, but I gotta say, Attack on Titan, I watched in Japanese.
There's certain
dub.
ones that aren't good, and there's certain that
Yeah.
Attack on Titan was good. For
That was my
instance-
first dub.
Was it really?
My first my first dub.
Out of all the animes you've watched,
I'm
the
sorry, my
one was
first sub.
Sub.
Yeah,
sub.
my first
I found myself watching sub more now. I prefer subs at this point. I don't know why.
I might now. I used to not.
Once you get used to reading as while you're watching,
Right.
there's certain things you can't, like the anime Kill la Kill just recently came out on.
Yeah.
It's actually being released on Toonami now on Saturdays. If you're up watching.
Too late for me.
Love that anime. I watched the first 3 episodes, but I couldn't follow just because there's so much happening on screen. You can't read and follow the action at the same time. That's an example of an anime I'd wait to watch on dub. Otherwise, I'll sub all the way.
Yeah, I definitely think cosplaying is a goal.
We do.
of mine
When
this
we
year.
go, because we're going to be at Comic-Con next year, whether you want to be or not.
Well, isn't it this year too?
mind-blowing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
every
next
year.
year. Yeah. Well, what I'm
That's
saying
what I mean.
is there's one
It's
later
in
this year.
comparison next year. Yeah,
Yeah,
you should go.
so this year.
It's
I
awesome.
would
You just
love
got to
to.
make sure you get your tickets in time. But with this show, you can probably get press passes.
Yeah.
But we're going to wrap things up now. Great show. Thank you all for joining me. We'll be back next Thursday.
Oh, no one's got a joke though.
He's got a joke?
He's got a joke. His eyes just went like.
So he doesn't have a joke?
No.
I can tell a joke.
Tell a joke.
But it's going to ruin your Friday.
Oh. Cut the mics and then done with the joke. We'll be back 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in radio.com/live-stream, facebook.com/save and continue show. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next week. Wait for the joke.